Hey, everybody. Welcome to qualifier number 7 for the Metroid Dread Any Percent NMG tournament. We have a bunch of runners that have not been restreamed yet today, which will be exciting. At least a couple of them. 3 and 3 and Scion Vice both have not been on the restream before. Justin Zane and Kekaman Shoyu, I believe, both have, but I'm very excited. This is the first I'll be able to commentate them, so I'm very excited to see that. Quick introductions. My name is Devilor. My co-commentator today is Oso Shotgun. How's it going, dude? Looks like we are about to get started here with the timer ticking down. So we will be off to the races here at any moment. So a quick introduction to this tournament and to this format. If you are new to the stream, so this is the Metroid Dread Any Percent NMG tournament qualifier. The way the qualifiers work is everyone gets an opportunity to post their 2 best times, and whatever their 2 best times are, those are what's taken, and that's used for seeding in the rest of the tournament in the bracket stage. NMG means no major glitches, so there are some glitches allowed, and I believe we'll be seeing a whole bunch of some pretty excellent glitches throughout this route. But there are some what's considered major glitches that are not allowed. Particularly, it tends to be things that either allow Samus to mess with the camera so that she can run in place, or allows her to flip directly through terrain herself. Those glitches are typically not allowed. But we're still going to see some really good stuff here today. In fact, the first glitch we'll see is just up at the end of this climb here. We'll see a couple of pseudo waves.
Sorry, it looks like I had some technical difficulties. Are you hearing me now?
Yes, I can hear you. Welcome.
Okay, perfect. Yeah. So, yeah, we got some good solid runners over here for no major glitches. Looks like the first pseudo wave isn't giving too many problems just yet. Justin Zane looks like he's taking a slight early lead. Keku and Scion are right behind.
Yeah, everyone making it through that first pseudo wave quite quickly, and now we're on to the Corpius fight.
Yeah, so Corpius is the first boss technically. And it looks like we're doing very quickly, just getting rid of him. Normally, when you do a casual run, it's intended that you just kind of wait out and break the bulb and get him out of cloak. But this is a speed run, so we're just going to be mashing him with missiles while he's cloaked.
Yeah, and because they are on rookie mode, they do have a whole bunch of extra missiles, which means they have the opportunity for a 2 cycle on this boss instead of having to go all the way to the 3rd phase. But that does require being very precise with those missiles. I think Scion got the 2 cycle. I was trying to watch all 4 at once, but he was the first one to actually complete Corpius, so he'll be moving into a very slight lead here very early on.
Yeah, it does look like all 4 runners did make it through pretty quickly, so it's still pretty tight. No major slip-ups yet.
Yeah, we've been seeing some really good movement, and everyone made it through that first. I think you mentioned this, but everyone made it through that first pseudo wave very quickly as well. Those first couple of pseudo waves. So very tight race. The next trick they'll be moving on to as they move past this little Emmy section here. The next trick that could slip them up a little bit is what we call water skip. It's basically a very precise jump that also uses phantom cloak and aiming to kind of hop up over a slope that otherwise you would not be able to get up and over.
That's correct.
Yeah, and interestingly, so the little cutscene that we just saw Scion and now Justin Zane looking at, this can actually be avoided. Keku just avoided it by hopping up over to the side there. So there is a way to get around that, but it does require some precise movement throughout the rest of the run. There is a first try water skip for Scion Vice. Very nice.
Very nice.
First try for Justin.
Keku's getting slipped up a little bit. It looks easy, but it is very precise.
Yeah, it's like frame perfect in 2 spots, as I recall. Oh
Looks
no,
like
both
3 is slipping. Yep.
Yeah, Keku as well has slipped down to the bottom, so they're gonna have to go through this whole water section. This is why it's called water skip, is because it skips this whole section. We also just saw Justin and Scion do the water platform skip, which we'll see the others do in a moment. There's a tech where you can melee against a wall, which we'll see a few times around the run, that allows you to kind of respin and get back to the wall with just a little bit more height that can allow you to get over a couple ledges. We'll see 3 and 3 and Keku go through it now.
Oh.
First try for both of them. Very nice.
Yeah, very nice. All right, so Scion cruising along. Both him and Justin have charge beam right now, which is what Keku and 3 are off going to get right now. And so now they're going to go back through. So Arteria is kind of silly, where you have to go and repeat several sections, and at least with the route that we have right now, you do mitigate that a little bit. But yeah, so you're going to see a lot of repeat areas right now.
What, a Metroid game where you have to go back through the same area? Tell me no.
No, of course
That's
not.
never happened before. I did notice that both Justin and Scion, and now 3 and 3 and Keku have all picked up this first energy tank. We have seen a lot of runners starting to skip that one just to save a little bit of extra time. But as we are getting towards the end of the qualifiers, there's this qualifier and there's one more later tonight. We're reaching the point where I think a lot of these runners are going to want to go for more safety to make sure they're putting up a good time, as opposed to going for the riskier strats to put up the best possible time.
Yeah, exactly. Because you wouldn't believe it, but that extra E-Tank does help a lot, especially in the later stages of the game.
Yeah, and it does allow you to be a little bit safer with some, well, at least with one upcoming section as well. We'll see if everyone goes for the Hell Run in early Cataris. Having that little bit of extra health can make all the difference on that.
Uploading data.
So Scion is keeping his lead quite nicely. He's talking to Adam for, I believe, the 3rd time. And there's one more time that we're going to be talking to Adam this run.
We're now going to see him attempting what's known as Maggot Skip for very funny reasons. Gets it first try.
Very nice.
And while he basically just goes, and we're seeing now Justin doing the same. Justin actually using a slightly different setup and struggling with it a little bit. But the reason that they have to do this, they actually have to get up over that pole, go out of the room, and go back in, is because if they don't, the Emmy will never activate. And if they had not done that, if they had not activated the Emmy, then they would completely soft lock the game after killing this brain.
Mm-hmm. It's a little amazing that Nintendo did not patch this.
It's interesting, yeah. They've Nintendo and Mercury Steam, have done a lot of work to try and ensure that glitches are not patched out as much as possible. They have patched out one glitch, which made a pretty big change to the unrestricted route a while back, but for the most part, they've been leaving things in. Very nice quick kill on the first Emmy from Scion Vice, actually doing the stand your ground tactic and just shooting him in the face. Looks like Justin's getting the same kill where he's able to completely break the faceplate before sliding underneath him. Three and 3 and Keku are basically neck and neck at the moment. They're a load screen away.
Certainly looking like a 2v or a 2v2 at this point.
Oh no,
Keku. Well, I spoke too soon.
Yeah, there's our first Emmy death of the race.
Get an F for Keku, please, in chat. You hate to see it.
The fun thing about, well, fun to watch, maybe not so fun to actually run, about this this route that I believe they'll all be going for, but we'll find out for sure later on, though, is that there's at least 2 places throughout the route that can be sort of the great equalizer. There's Atom Skip, which will be coming up relatively soon, which most of these runners I would expect to get it pretty, or most runners I should say, I would expect to get pretty quickly, but can occasionally just be a pain. And then much later on, depending on if they go for the SASB route or not, there's the actual screw attack short boost, which can really, really change the dynamic of a run in a hurry.
I do know that 3 and 3 has it does the short boost with the pause buffer tactic. I'm not sure if he's going to be pulling that in it out for this run, but so we may see short boost. Not sure if the other runners are going to do it.
Well, we will be able to tell relatively in probably the next I don't know 15 minutes. I think is about how it works out. It'll as they're on their way to either. Sorry, I'm losing my train of thought. We'll be able to tell before too long which direction they're going. Is what I'm trying to get across.
Yeah, it's whether they're going to get early grapple or not.
Yeah, that was what I was trying to get out of my brain, but
yeah,
it's still kind of early here on the West Coast, so not entirely functional yet.
So 3 and 3 did opt to use the Zipper of Shame. Let's see if Keku gets the D-boost. Looks like, yeah. So he's finally out of Arteria. At 10 minutes, even with the death, that's pretty quick.
Yeah, there are a lot of ways, and one of the great things I like about the NMG route is because there's still some glitches, but there's fewer glitches, so you are able to see a lot of time clawed back just by using solid movement as well.
Yeah.
It's not entirely contingent on how well you get through the glitches. Looks like Scion missed the damage boost coming up to this sort of elevator section. Justin going through it now. Oh, also missed it.
So close.
Scion's going through the hell run. Makes it through no problem.
Solid, yeah.
Although you can see if he had not picked up that E-tank, he would not have made it.
It's a relatively good enemy spawn.
Oh, Justin
Looks
actually
scary.
skipping the hell run as well.
Huh. He probably doesn't have full health.
Yeah, I believe you're right. It's also, the hell run saves, I think, 2 seconds done completely optimally, so it's not the biggest of deals.
Justin get a good enemy spawn as well.
It's like 3 and 3 will be
3.
skipping the hell run also.
Yeah.
Deku working his way through this damage boost. I was actually going for the slightly slower but safer strat
Yep.
on that.
Very nice.
Which, since I don't actually know if anyone else got the damage boost, will actually help him claw back a little bit of time.
Yeah. I don't think anyone else got the damage boost, so see if he goes for the hell run. Looks like it. Very nice from Keku. Also didn't make it in one tank, so all smart choices to get that extra E tank.
Oh, 3 and 3 actually getting blocked off by the Emmy at the moment.
Ooh, hate to see it. All right, so Scion is making his way over to Atom Skip. So this is the new trick we were talking about earlier. Can be one of the great equalizers.
Yeah, it's a series of very precise jumps, and he gets it first try. Very,
Wow.
very nice.
All right, Scion securely taking the lead. See how Justin does. Looks like Justin's struggling a little bit. You know, nerves are just, you know, especially for races like this, like the nerves are going to get to you for doing these precise movements.
Yeah, it's very precise as well. So each of these wall jumps that he's doing, he has to, I think it's a 3-frame window that he has to activate the jump button before he even touches the wall. And then there's that frame perfect melee up at the top into a very fast respin and another frame perfect jump to be able to get up.
Yep.
So we're now seeing 3 and 3 working on it as well. 3 and 3 is able to get it.
Very nice from 3. Keku is now at Adam. Let's see how he does. First try. Wow. Okay, Justin's finally made it over. So, yeah, this is what we meant with. This is the great equalizer right here.
Great equalizer for everyone except Cyan, who is now in a commanding lead.
Yep.
So Cyan is now heading up to the last platform to activate here, and will be working his way out of Cataris. While everyone else is basically on the same cutscene.
Yep. Which is a very long cutscene, by the way. Just to watch some tomato soup drain.
I remember a run a while back where my controller was dying, and when I got to that cutscene, I managed to run to the other room, grab the charger, run back, plug it in, and plug in my controller while that cutscene was playing.
Very nice. All right. So one of the themes of Metroid Dread is that you have to travel to a completely different area, grab an item, and then travel back to where you were in order to use that item to can proceed further. So this is one of the first times that this happens, which we're getting wide beam, and this is going to be a theme for most of the run.
Yeah, we pop over to Dairon. We actually go through a pretty big chunk of Dairon just to get wide beam so that we can go all the way back through this exact section that we're seeing 3 and 3 exiting just now. And Justin and Keku are neck and neck. Like, oh man, if Keku hadn't missed that jump, this was like the exact same. I was almost like, wait, do we have a duplicate feed? What's going on here?
Yeah.
It was so close.
Keku, you need to stop typing in chat. You're slipping yourself up.
He actually said, look at Justin Zeta be kind of in sync in chat, and then that happened.
And yes, I know the feed is a little bit delayed, but yeah. So we got a repeat on the top 2, and 3 is trying very hard to catch up to Cyan, but he is just cruising.
Yeah, I'm less familiar with Cyan as a runner, so I'm not sure if he's going for short boost or not.
Yeah.
But we will be finding out pretty soon here.
Pedro number 1, not giving any problems to Cyan.
Yeah, those wide beam blocks are they're very special.
Yes, they are.
All right. Cyan is 3 out of 4 on the wide beam blocks coming through this section so far. And he is now leaving Dairon as 3 and 3 is picking up wide beam. That's how far ahead he is. He's like a minute and a half ahead right now.
Pedro not giving any problems for 3. Get chased by the yellow Emmy. Justin having no problems. Keku as well. Good.
Yep, and Scion clearing that fourth wide beam block without issue. It sounds like we're overly hyping up the fact that they charged a wide beam shot and fired it, but those things are a pain.
Oh, Keku got stalled by the slow door.
Scion finishing up the second control center fight. And I'm curious what setup he's going to go for to kill the green Emmy here. We've seen more and more runners doing the, I guess now it's called Professor Stupid method, where they jump right down into its face. Gonna shoot the wall for a second, just to show it who's boss.
Showing you who I have to slide under.
But he does get a nice quick and clean kill on that green Emmy. The shooting the wall doesn't actually matter much because there are like 10 to 15 frames where you have to wait for the Emmy to come into view.
Yeah, it looks scary if you haven't done it before, but it is actually very safe.
Yep. The strategy that people used to do before that was actually to shoot it underneath the little gap that you can slide through. And because it just seemed so scary to slide under the gap and shoot it in the face from the other side, but then pretty much everyone who tried the other method went, wait, actually this is way easier.
Yeah, and unfortunately, if you didn't slide under the gap, the Emmy would just if you didn't break it in time, it would actually go through the entire animation before you could actually shoot it. So it was kind of an annoying setup. So it's much better to do it the way that these runners are doing it.
Yep. Free going for the safe quick kill also. Looks like Justin doing the same method. And so is Keku.
Yeah. So Scion is actually going to go back over to Arteria, and he's going to pick up Varia suit so that he can take on Kraid. So again, this is another time where you're going to be traveling to a completely different area, grabbing an upgrade, and then travel back to where you were.
Yeah, and one thing I'll be watching for as it goes through the section after Various suit is whether or not, or actually I guess he's already gone through it. I just missed it. The 3 and 3 is going through it right now. Whether or not they grab this Missile Plus pack. Looks like 3 and 3
Scion grabbed it. He accidentally grabbed the energy part, which is unfortunate.
Oh no.
Yeah. Waste 4 seconds when you grab an item.
E part of shame. Does get the corner shot on that door though. That's very. It saves almost no time, but it looks very cool.
So Justin is grabbing the Missile Plus tank. Keku is skipping it, so he's the only one that's skipping it.
Yeah, and that makes me wonder if his strategy on Kraid is going to be to use the quick charges in Phase 1. We've seen B-Dog actually doing that a lot, who I believe is still the current world record holder for the any percent NMG category.
Yeah.
And what they'll do is, or what he'll do is just do quick charges into Kraid into Phase 1, so that way he has all of his missiles going into Phase 2 and can get an even faster and more consistent. It basically makes Kraid more consistent because then he doesn't have to worry about whether he decides to throw fingernails or whatever, so he can replenish his missiles.
Yeah, 3 almost grabbed the energy part himself, so it looks like it's going to be a sticky energy part.
No swag corner kill or corner door shot for 3 and 3, but you could also see if you were watching how little time it actually saves. It's like maybe 5 frames.
Ooh, Keku gets the energy part.
So just for anyone who's maybe less familiar with Metroid Dread, energy parts, I think, actually don't recall if Samus Returns had energy parts also, but at least in Dread, you need to collect 4 of them to get an E-Tank, and there are not 4 of them along this route. So picking them up is always, no matter what, a just straight waste of time.
Yeah, I don't believe they were in Samus Returns. They were in Other M.
What game is that?
Other M.
What?
Metroid Other M.
I've never heard of this game. It must not exist.
Oh, of course not. No. Never heard of it either, Sigil? Yeah, well, I guess I just dreamt it once. It was a nightmare. So Cyan is quickly making his way over to Kraid, while everyone else is heading back over to Caterus to go face Kraid themselves. Yeah, so Cyan is just using that missile plus tank, try to take down Kraid as quickly as possible, missing some of the charge shots. Unfortunate. So phase 1 could have been a little bit better, but still pretty solid. Oh, and gets a good RNG.
Yeah, not opting for the single wall jump strat, but gets good spawn on those spikes coming out. And a pretty solid Kraid for Cyan. Not the fastest, but nothing catastrophic either.
Yeah.
3 and 3 now on a Kraid.
So another upgrade from a game that should not be mentioned is Fusion Beam, which allows you to essentially do what we already do, which is hit blocks through walls.
Yeah, there are a couple blocks that do seem to basically require diffusion beam, specifically the one right kind of before/after Kraid. There is a diffusion block that seems to get completely blocked off, but
looks like
one day we'll figure out how to get through it.
Justin Zane did the wall jump, single wall jump.
Very nice. 3 and 3 cleared through Kraid pretty quickly. Looks like Justin the only one going for the single wall jump strat. Oh no.
That's a bad RNG, but
Iku got hit by the spikes. I was worried for a second he wasn't going to make it onto the platform in time, but he made it.
oh, it looks like Cyan is going for the short boost route. He's skipping grapple.
Yep. So this is the point where we will know which route every runner is going for as they come through this teleporter. They will drop down. They will enter a lava room. If they go right, they're going to early grapple, which means I guess we could call it the early grapple route. I actually don't know the name for the older NMG route. And if they go left, then they're going for short boost.
Yeah, I call it early space, but yeah, makes sense.
Early space makes more sense, actually.
He did get some bad Emmy spawn location, but he did very well and just kind of like slow walked the Emmy behind it, so it didn't detect him. So 3 is also opting for short boost.
Good Emmy spawn for 3.
Yep.
It's like Justin going early grapple.
Yep.
Justin unfortunately struggling a little bit with that charge beam door. And Keko will be going early grapple. So our top 2 runners are going the early space route, and our bottom 2 runners are going short boost. So the difference in timing between the 2 routes overall is pretty substantial. It's like 5 to 6 minutes, I think, if you get everything done optimally in both routes, I think is about how it works out. The difference is the short boost route, you can lose 5 to 6 minutes trying to do short boost. So,
Yeah. To everyone who thought that early space pseudo was difficult, meet short speed boost.
yeah, it's a very, very precise set of inputs. The reason we call it short boost is because it essentially allows you to use the frames while Samus is moving from a flash shift to begin charging your speed boost, which allows you to charge a shine spark in a shorter period of time than you or shorter distance than you otherwise would be able to, which in turn allows you to do some crazy things, but also means that it's just a super precise set of inputs, and if you don't get it right, specifically in this route, there's a specific section that we'll get to where you can lose a ton of time not getting it correctly.
That's correct. And I do know that 3 does use a pretty interesting method using the pause buffering in order to kind of help with that. It makes it a lot easier, but it's still a difficult trick and may still cost him some time.
If you notice this water section that Cyan is going through at the moment, you may also notice there is a grapple block just to his right currently. That whole water section he has to go through, whereas the 2 runners on the top will just use that grapple beam to get through there. So there are areas that are slower in the short boost route. It's just the overall route is much, much faster.
Yeah. So, and one of the things that in the early space route, it is kind of optional to do the backdoor flash, which we'll see soon from Cyan, where it's pretty much mandatory to do backdoor flash. Because it saves like 7 or 8 seconds during the early space route, but it's like almost like a minute.
Yep. I'm actually not even sure is there another way to get into flash shift without using the backdoor bomb juggle if you don't have grapple beam?
You have to go intended way.
Right, but if you don't have grapple beam, how do you? I guess you have to go all the way down to the bottom, don't you?
Yeah, you jump all the way into the pit and then go far to the right, and then there's just a series of bomb blocks that you have to break.
I haven't played the intended way in this game for so long, I almost don't even remember what it is.
Coincidentally, we did an intended % race that was unaffiliated with this, and so we had to quickly learn what exactly you have to do. But it seems like Cyan had no difficulties with that, so let's see how 3 does.
Interestingly, Cyan is not opting for the pseudo waves to break these blocks.
Yeah.
Which means he will need to do a water bomb jump up here. This is a pretty crafty water bomb jump, but he is able to get it no problem. 3 was able to get in and get that backdoor flash shift, no problem.
Three also opting to do the more intended route.
Yeah, and I think I would assume this is more of a safety thing, as this is the final qualifier. Wanting to not worry about wasting a bunch of time trying to get those pseudo waves, because they can be tricky. Yeah. In fact, he's actually not even going to worry about the water bomb jump. He's going to go up all the way to the left, which loses like 3 or 4 seconds, I think, but it's not a huge time loss. And it's definitely not a time loss if you're not feeling confident in the water bomb jump.
Yeah, I don't know, they're kind of tricky sometimes, especially if you have a bit of nerves. I could totally understand not doing the water bomb jump.
Yeah, that one in particular, because it's at an angle, you have to be going to the side as well, can be tricky to get the precise positioning that you need for it.
So, Cyan just cruising ahead over to the Sentinel unit. And yes, it does appear that Justin and Keku were way far behind, but it is They did grab a completely different item, so they will catch up a little bit.
Yeah, and vice versa. Later in the route, it will look like everyone is all at the same spot. Whereas, well, I mean, depending on how things go, I suppose. But it's entirely likely that we will end up in a point where it looks like everyone is at the same spot when there's still a bunch of work for Justin and Keku to do to catch up.
Justin getting backdoor flashed, first try.
Yep.
Meanwhile,
Sion taking out that yellow Emmy, no problem.
Yep. I think it's like yellow Emmy has become like the easiest Emmy to take down.
Yeah, I remember when I was playing this casually, yellow was the most difficult because he literally has speed boosters, so he's chasing you around at like light speed everywhere. And it just never occurred to me that all I had to do was jump out of this room, hop up, and start shooting him in the face.
Yep. Keku also going for backdoor flash, so no one is going the old grapple route. It's a second try. Good job. So this is Justin is going for the pseudos that we were talking about. So he's having a little bit of difficulty. But looks like he got it.
I think it's an 8-second time save if you get both of those perfectly.
Something like that, yeah. All right. So this is where the route is going to deviate heavily. Sion is going to actually be going down to Arteria again, and now he's going to be going for grapple. Whereas when Justin and Keku catch up, they're going to actually be going right over to, what is it, Ferenia? Yeah, they're going to go and take out Quiet Robot.
Keku actually having a little bit of issue with these pseudo waves, sadly. There you go. It finally gets all of them. Those are very difficult pseudos. Like, I personally don't even bother with them because as much as I'd love to save 8 seconds, I know I won't if I try to do those pseudos.
I actually, I didn't learn them because I don't like the underwater bomb jump. So that was my motivation to learn them.
Yeah. I also really don't like the underwater bomb jump, but I eventually just had to accept that I hated those pseudos more than I hate the underwater bomb jump.
Seriously Intense says, unlucky diffusion spread for RNG for Keku. Yeah, it did seem like that.
Yeah, that's a good point as well. Diffusion beam just kind of throws some blobs around, but it's entirely possible that the blobs that get thrown around where you shoot just don't happen to land exactly where you need to.
Justin taking out yellow Emmy, and you can just see how fast and easy it is to take it down.
Let me see. Sion just picked up grapple beam just a moment ago. 3 and 3 is now working through that section.
Yep. So now we're going into Frozen Arteria. Not the intended Frozen Arteria, but
Yeah. And we're going to see Sion setting up for the screw attack short boost here in just a moment. It's like not opting to attempt the one trip method where you do all of this breaking of the block while you're sitting there with your spark charge.
yeah, I saw that last night with V-Dog, and
Yeah.
he's really brave to attempt that on a qualifier. But
Yeah, we had a Destructor actually do that in qualifier number 4. He managed to get it in one trip, and it was nuts.
So, yeah, Sion is going to be attempting. It is a pause buffer method. And you can see, yeah, this is why this is an extremely difficult trick, because it's very precise, and you're constantly taking frozen damage while you're attempting this. So every attempt or so, you do have to restore your energy, luckily, there is something there that allows you to do a recharge, but this is just not a fun trick to learn or... Oop. Oh, Cyan, it looked like he had it.
Yeah, it's worth noting also, the longer you're in one of these frozen areas, the more damage you're taking. So they really only get like 2 or 3 tries at the short boost before they have to come back over here and start farming.
Yep. Justin does get the speed keep into Quiet Robe, so that's nice for him. Does get the D boost. Very nice. Oh. Very solid fight from Justin.
So this pause buffer method that they're using, looks like 3 may have gotten it. They're looking for a specific frame. Yes, he did get it.
Yeah, he got it. Yep. And oh, he's doing some swag and not doing the morph ball spark.
I think some runners actually go out of morph ball mode before they do it, just because they don't want to have to try and unmorph after they hit, so that they can flash over and grab the wall.
Yeah. So yeah, 3 and 3 is now taking the lead with screw attack.
The quiet robot fight is definitely giving Keku some trouble. Got it. 3 and 3 actually having a little bit of an issue getting out of the water section there, but he has managed to grab it now.
Yeah. It's my least favorite bomb jump in the entire game.
It's interesting because... Oh, there we got Cyan Vice has actually finally gotten that short boost.
Yeah.
It's interesting, that bomb jump, because it looks like it should be a water bomb jump, and you can actually do it as a water bomb jump, but you can also, because the water is just barely lower, you can also, if you have the timings right, just do a regular midair bomb jump.
Mm-hmm. Oh. 3 and 3 did not get the speed keep. So he's going to have to go the long way. Not sure how much time it saves. If it's just more swag.
Yeah, I think it saves somewhere in the 5 to 10 second range, but it's not a huge time loss to miss it.
Yeah. Alright. So Justin is heading back to Berenia. He's going to go up into Gavaran. Kaku is close behind. And then we got 3 and 3 in Scion, trying to hopefully that they didn't spend too much time, and we'll be able to catch up.
It's like Scion nailing that speed keep, by the way.
Yeah, very nice. So now that 3 and 3 in Scion have screw attack, Quiet Robot fight is going to be very different than what we saw before.
Yeah, the honestly, one of the biggest time saves that you get from the short boost route, obviously the routing is much faster as well, but just having screw attack for some of these boss fights saves so much time.
Kaku says short boost is definitely expert level. That is exactly right.
Yeah, it's very, very difficult and takes a ton of practice, especially in that spot where you're also having to deal with the damage from the ice room.
Yeah, so I would, if anyone is looking for, you know, what tricks should they learn and stuff like that, like, I would say unless you have a 110, or I'm sorry, a 120 under your belt, or sub 120, you shouldn't even attempt it.
Yeah, one of the cool things about this route in this category is that as you're learning it, there's so many things that you can just sort of ease yourself into. You don't have to learn all of the tricks right away. You can just do the ones that, like you could start off completely glitchless, and then you could say, okay, I'm going to learn pseudo wave, and then, okay, I'm going to learn reverse grapple or whatever.
So there you go, 3 and 3 just quickly dispatched. the quiet robot.
Yeah, you thought you were watching a Metroid Dread speedrun, but it was actually Sonic the Hedgehog. We're going to see Scion moving on to the quiet robot fight here in just a moment as well. A little more Sonic the Hedgehog. Very nicely done.
Okay, Justin has super missiles and is heading over to Elm to get plasma beam.
Yeah, we're in this sort of weird state of flux at the moment where it's actually kind of hard to tell who's really in the lead. Intuitively, 3 and 3 is almost certainly in the lead. But because of the routing difference, we're not going to like the routes aren't going to converge again for a little while. So it's kind of difficult to tell.
Oh, 3 and 3 did get that hole in one. There. Saves about a half a second. Do you think we could switch the audio over to 3 or?
It is, yeah.
It is? Okay. Got it. Keku now has super missiles. I'm going to try to catch up with Justin.
Making it past those, Keko making it past those bugs with that many of them still alive is actually kind of a miracle. So now we're seeing 3 and 3, and in a moment we'll see Scion as well going through a speed boost section that a couple of minutes ago we saw Justin Zane and Keku going through. But again, like they're kind of just doing things in a different order, so it's hard to really tell. I'll also point out we're seeing 3 opting not to do the Shine Spark through this section. And as long as you don't get hit by those 2 sort of beam creatures that go along the top of the section through there, it's actually faster not to use the Shine Spark through there by a few frames.
Yeah, and he did a very good job avoiding both of those.
Yep.
Okay, so Justin is now facing off against the first Chozo warrior. Opting to just tank the damage because, yeah, if you have a fast enough mash and can weave in a few super missiles, they go down pretty quick.
Yeah, health management is a big deal on those fights. It's also part of why picking up extra E-tanks isn't necessarily a huge time loss, especially when you're just starting out. Wow, slow Shine Spark on that, unfortunately.
Yeah.
I'm also noticing that Keku only has 2 E-tanks while everyone else has 3, which makes me... I'm not sure which one he skipped.
He must have skipped the speed boost one.
Yeah.
Unless he was really baller and skipped the Cataris one, which...
The fastest possible one. Just looks at it and goes, I don't need it. Time is a flat circle anyway, who cares? But yeah, health management on these fights is a big part of making sure you can get through it quickly. You'll see Keku now just kind of dodging the first couple. And if the Chozo Warrior had lunged at him again, I think he would have tanked it. Well, maybe not.
No. Just playing it a little safe, which is totally fine.
Yeah, sometimes we've noticed in these races, sometimes if you're behind, the best thing to do actually is to play it safe and just kind of hope that other people are less consistent.
Yep.
Justin coming up to the ice Emmy control center, and the ice Emmy actually being polite and not getting in the way.
He missed the third. Oh no, Cyan is having a little bit of trouble. Yeah, he missed the third plasma shot on those, so it took a little bit longer to take down the central unit. But yeah, this is the blue Emmy quick kill. It's unfortunate that the life and missile hub kind of gets in the way, but overall it's pretty easy once you get some practice in it.
It's basically the same. Once you're in position, it's the same as the speed Emmy quick kill, just a lot slower.
Yeah. Keku missed the first speed keep, but it seems like he kept it for the second.
Very nicely done. I know he unfortunately lost his save for his water bomb jump, so he had to redo it. And we now see Scion heading over to Elin, and 3 and 3 working his way through Elin.
Keku,
Elin, Elun? I don't know how it's said.
I call it a loon, but Keku also got a good Emmy spawn for blue, which, yeah, it could be really unfortunate if it spawns in the wrong spot.
Yeah, the blue Emmy can basically spawn right outside that door, and if he's there, you are almost guaranteed to get frozen. There's a couple tricks you can do to try and avoid it, but ideally you want to be able to charge a Shine Spark running into that room, so it can be very, very tricky. Mm. But if he's just not there, then he's just not there, and it all gets a lot easier.
So yeah, you may see some of the runners. I noticed that Keku, he did a bit of a cloak just to avoid the blue Emmys, because it is already using its beam when you enter that room. So
see Justin working on the early space pseudo, got it second try. Very nice.
Very nice. Yeah, it used to be one of the hardest tricks in the game, and that was a long time ago.
Yeah, there is another method to get to early space in this route by using some very precise bomb jumps, but I personally always found that to be more difficult than the pseudo.
Same here. Oh. Misses the freeze, gets a second try.
Scion fighting that first Chozo warrior. Unfortunately, the Chozo warrior fights, you cannot use screw attack to kill them because you just die. So they do have to rely on mashing instead.
Oh, close on health there, but he did manage to get it. 3 with the speed keep so far. Looking good. Oh, had to delay a little bit for the Emmy, but got it very nicely.
Yeah, and very nice that noticing the Emmy being there while he's trying to do the speed keep at the same time and realizing that he had to delay.
Looks like Keku got the space pseudo. Didn't take him too long.
Yeah, I think it was first and second try for him as well. Very nice.
Okay.
All right, so far we are 3 out of 4 for the Emmy not being in the obnoxious spot.
Yep.
Unfortunately, 3 not quite getting the bomb jump to get the quick kill on the brain with the screw attack, so I had to go for a slightly slower method.
Ooh, Keku unfortunately blew up the crab that he would have standed on. He has to do a backup.
Yeah, this is a tough backup as well because he has to be able to get back over here, get out of the water, and flash shift over. Oh, he actually just went for the space jump and was able to get it. Very nicely done.
So now Justin is heading over to get Screw Attack, and this is where the major time save of Short Boost comes in. So they don't have to do this. They can go straight over to get Storm Missiles and Gravity Suit.
All 4 runners getting through the ice brain fight without getting trolled by the ice Emmy. And also Cyan got the very quick kill with the Screw Attack onto the brain unit as well. So very nicely done.
Very nice.
It's an interesting setup that Cyan just used to bring the blue Emmy out here. I've not seen that setup before, but it's put the ice Emmy in a different position, which is very interesting.
And you can see right there, Justin is using Space Jump in order to get up to Screw Attack.
Yeah, he'll have to do that same sort of goofy jump that messes with the physics a little bit that allows him to break out of the water. He'll have to do that again here in just a second to be able to get over to the right and the next section that he wants to get through to go down towards Gravity Suit.
Oh.
I thought he actually didn't make that water bump jump, but then he did.
Yeah, it's very...
And very nice with the space jump out of the water again. Short little pseudo wave here. It's one of the easiest ones, but also took us the longest to find.
Yep. And very nice getting into that diagonal corridor.
3 and 3 going through a speed boost section here. Keeps it very nicely. And he does actually pick up that missile plus tank. That's interesting.
I think he might skip the second one that's coming up.
Yeah, there isn't much in it either way but between the two of them. It's basically like just turning around to grab it.
Yeah.
Little light vandalism from 3 and 3.
Let's talk about it like it's not intended.
I mean, there's almost certainly some way to get to this room in this complex without destroying it, but Samus just says, nah, that's slow. We're going to tear down this tower instead. It's a 2D game that might require me to run in a different direction.
Yeah. Cyan is now doing the gravity gauntlet as well.
Yeah, and nice water space jumps for Keku getting through and picking up Screw Attack.
So Cyan did opt to skip that Muscle Plus tank and take it back. Looks like 3 did pick up both of them. So he's running it. Go ahead.
It might honestly be just for a little bit more safety on Ravenbeak. Because again, this is the next to last qualifier, and depending on these runner schedules, might be the last opportunity that they have to post a good time. So it might just literally be to try and be a little bit safer on Ravenbeak. Very nice positioning from 3 and 3 on this double robo fight, by the way, keeping them both lined up with each other so that his shots can hit both of them.
Yep. So this is kind of where Justin is right now. It's where the paths kind of converge again. So he is now going to head over to get Gravity Suit, and it's unfortunate that in the old early space jump route, there is a door that looks like it could be opened, but it actually is locked. And so therefore we have to go all the way around through 3 toilet portals in order to go and get Gravity Suit.
If only there was a tower nearby that we could just rip down. Cyan having a little bit of unfortunate RNG with the positioning of these double robos at the start, which meant it took a little bit longer for that second one to die, but was still able to recover from it quickly, get them lined up on the platform, and get a nice quick kill on them.
Yeah. Justin almost lost the speed boost for the Shine Spark, but he was able to recover and do a little bit of a backup. And 3 and 3 picked up spin boost. I think he's going to be opting to only use spin boost instead of space jump, which I think only saves like a few seconds.
Yeah, I've seen that once before. It was very interesting. It does mean that a little bit later on, there's some pretty crafty stuff that he's going to have to do, particularly on the way to Wave Emmy, to be able to get actually through to the control room. Very nice, very nice Golzuna kill. Oh no, he missed the Shine Spark.
How did he miss that? Oh man,
that was strange. He was literally inside of it.
Inside of it, yeah.
Yeah. Never seen that before.
Justin opting for just staying on the middle platform. Oh. So a little bit of a bad RNG, but
I thought for a second that Scion wasn't going to use the Shine Spark to kill Golzuna, but then he did. Just toying with his food, I suppose.
Yeah.
And now Scion on to what I consider to be the worst room in the game, just because I hate crossbombs.
Oh yeah, this is definitely the worst room.
There is a method that you can use to get through that section that just relies on flash shift and a lot of very fast, like flash shift jump inputs, which I've seen some runners start using just because they hate crossbombs so much. It's required in the unrestricted route because you actually shine sync through the floor, so you don't have to kill Golzuna. But in no major glitches, we're not allowed to do that.
Okay. See how Justin Zane does with Golzuna. He's going for the meaty kill.
That was an interesting setup for that Shine Spark that I've not seen before.
Yeah. I've seen it before, but like I would not attempt it myself. It's it just seems a little too scary.
Yeah, if he had, like, there's a deceptively small gap actually above Golzuna to get past him, and the way that he had to actually use his extra space jump to get past it. Or I guess he only has spin jump to get past it. Would have been. Oh no, wait, no, it's not.
No,
just
yes, yes, space
yeah.
Yeah, space jump.
Okay, clearing through that double robo and moving on.
3 and 3, making his way to Storm Missile.
Yeah, and it's worth noting that 3 and 3 with spin boost will make the SQ fight a little bit less complicated. Normally, if you don't have spin boost or space jump, there's some shenanigans you have to do with bombs to get yourself into position for the fastest quick kill on SQ. But having spin boost will actually help a little bit.
Been a little bit of problem with sticky fingers, but no problems making it to SQ pretty quickly.
Samus and Ledges, name a more iconic duo.
Oh, I think he got the double hit. Yeah, he did. Very nice.
Very nice indeed. It is actually possible to get a single cycle kill on that X. We saw B-Dog do it in last week's qualifiers, but it is an insane amount of damage that has to be done within, I think, 10 frames. And now we're seeing Scion doing the crossbow method to get up on top of SQ. It looks
Only
like you
got the
might have
single.
to do, yeah.
He's a triple, yeah. Justin not too far behind, and Keku is just now making his way over to, where is it? Anubia.
And yeah, as Fabio pointed out in the chat, that SQ fight is very reminiscent of Sonic the Hedgehog speedrun boss fights, where you just sort of bounce off of him in the corner.
Yep. So, yeah, 3 and 3 is opting not to go for a space jump.
Yeah, it's an interesting choice. I think the time it takes to get space jump versus the time it takes to get spin boost, it's slightly faster to pick up space jump, but he's had spin boost, which is allowed for a couple of things earlier on. But the section he's about to get to here in just a moment will be where he has to do some funky movement to be able to get into the Wave Emmy control room.
Yeah, and he'll also have to do some funky movement in, during the escape
Yes.
after Raven Peak.
Makes it through there with no issue, though.
Yep. Justin going for the speed keep. So far, so good.
Oh, nice. Justin actually got a very quick Storm Missile lockout to put some
Yeah.
extra damage into the double robo fight. Looks like 3 and 3 going for the safer kill method on the, or one of the safer kill methods on the purple Emmy here. Very nicely done.
Keku got stuck or caught by the purple Emmy, but managed to counter it.
The Emmys have not been kind to Keku through this run.
No, they really have not.
Scion about to fight the Wave Emmy. Looks like he's going to go for the scary method.
The big blue.
So what he's actually done here is managed to get down here with the water still in place. So this Emmy is a lot slower, which makes it a bit safer.
Keku may have gotten the... Yep, he got the 2-hit core. Oh, but...
Oh no, Scion got caught.
Scion. Oh. F for Scion.
He actually missed his charge blast onto the Emmy. That's very sad.
Justin Zane does manage to get second place now.
And yeah, this kill method that Scion is going for on the Wave Emmy, it's a lot safer to be able to shoot him in this position this way, but it's kind of debatable on if this method is actually faster just because the Emmy is so slow even getting here in the first place, and Samus will be slow leaving the area. I'm not sure what exactly the time differential is overall, but there he is able to get the kill this time.
Yeah. All right. Red Emmy is quickly getting dispatched by 3 and 3. Very nice. Keku is making his way over to Wave Emmy.
We are in the final stretches here. 3 and 3 has the Gold Chozo Warrior and Ravenbeak to fight, and then just
Yep.
escape. Keku actually having a little bit of an issue getting his Shine Spark going there for a second, but is able to get in here and get the braid kill. Also getting the accidental troll pause instead of the cutscene skip. I hate that.
Solid red Emmy kill for Justin. So yeah, this is definitely 3's race to lose at this point.
Yeah, and we can see how much, even though the bottom 2 routes went for the short boost, we can see just by how much Justin has been able to catch up. How sometimes just the safer and more consistent route can be just as good. Justin's actually ahead of Scion right now, having just finished the fight that Scion just started. And the routes have fully converged at this point. There will be no more differentiation going forward. So it is what we see on the screen.
Yeah, the routes actually converge pretty much at Gravity Suit, I'll say.
Yeah.
And then it's just a minor like detour that if you want to pick up Space Jump or not, if you want to go the short speed boost route. Looks like Justin got trolled a little bit with the powerbomb pickups. Oh, didn't get the speed keep. All right, so 3 and 3 is now off to Ravenbeak.
Yep, Justin about to enter the Gold Chozo fight. Kiku on his way back up to Hanubia.
So I do believe 3 is using turbo, so I don't think that there's going to be any concern about missing gold skip, but we'll see if anything happens.
Yep, there's always the possibility of a errored input or something, but yeah, we'll see how it goes.
Gets
oh no,
the Shine Spark.
Scion having a little trouble with that Shine Spark and the bomb as well, but there he gets it. And 3 and 3 is on to Ravenbeak.
Good RNG, phase 1.
The double lock with the sword missile, and there's the gold skip. Very nice.
Yeah.
So I believe 3 and 3 will be trying to keep Ravenbeak sort of locked into this corner because that prevents him from using some of his more annoying attacks, giving him a lot more time to just sit here and pump missiles into him.
Yeah.
It's like Scion has just finished the Gold Chozo fight, while Keku's just finished. He's now collecting power bombs, and Justin is just about to enter the Ravenbeak fight as well. Very nice phase 2 from 3 and 3. Now moving on to phase 3 on Ravenbeak. Unfortunate early sun from him, so he had to waste a little bit of time getting that power bomb off.
Yeah. Oh, 3 is taking a lot of damage here.
Oof. So what he tried to do there was bounce off of Ravenbeak so that he could. That's very smart to hit that parry. Bounce off of Ravenbeak so that he could immune the blast from the big beam, but he still actually got hit by it. Either way, he managed to make it through. Looks like Justin just got gold skip as well, so Justin's on to phase 2.
Yeah, so about a minute 20 some for 3 and 3 on Ravenbeak. And Scion is making his way to Ravenbeak as well.
Yep, Keku just about to enter the Golden Chozo fight. And for anyone curious why 3 and 3 just waited a whole bunch to actually start shooting the Ravenbeak X there, it's because I won't get into all the math behind it, but it's actually faster to wait and not shoot him as long for reasons.
Yeah, actually timed it. It's about 8 seconds of waiting for him to push against your hyper beam.
Yep.
So Justin did opt to do the counter for phase 3.
Yeah, I didn't actually see how far into the phase he was. Towards the end of the phase, it's a time loss.
Yeah, okay, well, I guess it was a good idea, because...
Yep. Well timed.
And yeah, you can see here that 3 and 3 does have to use some Shine Sparks and other manipulation in order to get... Oh,
Yep. Because he does not have space jump. Scion on to phase 2 of Ravenbeak. Nice quick phase 2 actually. Now on to phase 3.
phase 3, yeah.
Another early sun for Scion. And that was a pretty early counter, so he's going to go ahead and just pump missiles during it. You're able to fire the missiles much faster during this counter, which makes it a slight DPS increase, plus you don't have to worry about him using his abilities. But it will be a time loss if you overlap with ending the encounter.
Yep. So 1:15:32 for 3. That is an amazing time.
That's a very, very good time, yeah.
I think that might be a PP for him. Yep, that's a PB. Congrats, 3.
Very nice. Congrats. Justin finishing up the escape sequence. And we actually have... Pick has managed to claw back a fair bit of time. He's on phase 2 of Ravenbeak just as Scion is getting to Ravenbeak X. So not nearly as much of a difference as it may have seemed like as they were running through this last section.
Mm.
Doing some very nice cross bomb placement there as well. Keko is, just to get a little bit of extra damage while he's avoiding the attacks from Ravenbeak.
Justin with a 1:16:36, I think. Very solid run from Justin.
Very, very nice. Ravenbeak being kind of a pain for Keku in phase 3 here, but he is able to get him.
No one good for the Shine Spark. Yeah. Oh no, let's see if Keku will flex. Justin, how you doing?
Hey man, what's up?
Hey, solid run.
Thanks, man. I was in Adam Hell for a bit.
Just a bit, yeah. So Scion with a 1:17:51.
GG, my guy.
See if can we get 3 in here?
And Keku's now working his way through the escape as well. See if Keku goes for the speed keep in this upcoming little bit here.
He is. There we go. Had to see it at least once.
Nice start to it.
Oh,
just
no.
barely drops it there. Well, it's still worth it for the swag.
Yep. All right, and a 119.14 for Keku. Very nice. Scion, GG's.
Hello. Thanks, I guess. At least this is just a qualifier, and my 2 better times are going to be used instead of this one.
Well,
Yep.
still, we
Oh,
saw
okay.
some very impressive stuff out of everyone.
Yeah.
GG, Sion. You did great, dude. 3 and 3. You did
GG's,
great.
everyone.
Hello.
Yeah, GG's.
GG.
3 and 3.
Keku, you did great too, man. GG.
Nah, I did okay in my own expectations.
Oh shoot.
You're a king,
but,
dude. Don't put yourself down. You're a king. You did amazing. I was rooting
No,
for
you did
dude.
good.
I was rooting for that speed boost escape. I was like, please nail that.
I almost got it. I almost got it.
Yeah, it was very impressive. So 3, how are you feeling?
I was feeling shaky at the start. It kind of melts away as it would have went. Glad short boost went well enough, and I didn't biff the gravity puzzle.
Yeah, it definitely became a tale of 2 teams. For pretty much the Adam really kind of like set Justin back a little bit, and
Oh really? I actually
died to
wasn't
White
watching the.
I lost
stream while
count
it
on
was
Adam. Yesterday I had a 41. I had a 41 attempt Adam.
You had
I had,
the first
um,
try on
crazy.
your practice.
What's it called? We were all kind of close, and then I died to the white Emmy. So that's where I lost my time there.
yeah, we
I
were
had sworn to never plant kill that thing.
commenting that Keku just got all the bad luck for all the Emmys. It seemed like, and
Yeah, I don't get it.
but yeah, Cyan, like your early game, man, like you were just flying.
Yeah, that was a really good early game until the short boost, and then everything just fell apart.
Mhm.
Mm.
And yeah, it's unfortunate because that early game ended up at grapple was like 30 seconds ahead of my PB, which
Wow.
is pretty good.
Yeah.
What happened at Golzuna? Does anyone have an explanation? I've never seen that in my life.
That
Or, like,
Kozuna?
sparked and it didn't. I was like
Yeah.
inside of the Core X and I sparked.
Oh
and-
yeah. I heard about that.
Yeah,
I didn't
so
see it.
somehow you missed the Corax while being inside of it and sparking.
Yeah.
So
Anybody knows? Anybody in
are you
chat knows?
wait? Are you talking about when he destroys the first form and he's forming the second?
no, this was the actual core.
Oh, I have no idea. I've never had that happen. That's weird.
Yeah, it was almost as if like because
Zas just answered
Zas has
it. He's
it.
in chat.
Gotcha.
he got hit by the Corax and got iframes. Oh, okay.
Yeah, that was weird. I was not ready for that.
Yeah, that was a little strange, but I mean, excellent run from all 4 of you guys. Like, really well done. I know that nerves can really put you out on, especially some of the harder tricks. So
For sure.
Yeah,
After I get Adam skip, my nerves stop to calm down, but I'm like nervous throughout that, and it's just like crud.
mhm.
I feel you. I feel in that too.
I was fine until I hit the short boost room, and then yeah, I just couldn't.
Then
go
short
on
boost
screen.
happened.
Just-
Yeah, short boost happens.
It happens
Yeah.
to everybody. So
Yeah.
What about Deep Blue? Like, was there anything going in your mind on that?
no, I just suck. So I missed the shot.
Oh, stop.
It's fine, man. It happens.
Yeah.
Time safe for next time, my guy.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Time safe for next time.
No. But definitely think that you guys should really be proud of these results, especially if we're towards the end of these qualifiers. So
Well, to be honest, I did not expect to get a 119. I was expecting to get like a 120 with all the mistakes that I've had, the bad luck with the Emmys and stuff. So I'm actually surprised with getting a 119. So that's pretty nice.
Yeah, it seemed like towards the end there, as you were working your way through the Chozo warriors at the end, it seemed like you picked up a ton of time because as you were going into that section, it seemed like you were behind quite a bit. But by the time you got around to Ravenbeak, you were a lot closer.
Yeah, it wasn't. I gotta just keep telling you, not too bad.
Was there
I'm
anything
very
else
happy.
that-
This replaces a 120 for me.
That's really good.
Nice.
Oh, that's
just,
a huge
yeah,
PB.
yeah, Justin,
No,
you.
it's not the well, my qualifier. I had a 120 sitting on my qualifiers. Yeah.
Okay.
Nice.
Right. Yeah, I'm like going through the qualifier stuff right now, or the seeding and stuff, just trying to put everybody's results in, and it seemed like a lot have been a lot of time improvements and stuff. So really great job on all of you, and those that are in the chat and also watching from. That are also in the qualifier. It seems a lot of you have improved too. So really great, really great job. Really great job.
Shit, Keku. You did an awesome job too, man. I appreciate you putting this on for us, King.
Oh shucks.
Go ahead and say it. You're a king. Say it. I want to hear you say it in front of chat. Say it. I'm a king.
I'm a boss. I'm a king.
There you go.
Let's go.
Well, we got some of that Keku swag at the very end, so everyone was
Yes,
watching
that
you.
was awesome.
Yeah, that's speed boost. I practiced it so many times. Like I really want to get it once during the tournament. I got it once during a marathon run. But like, man, it's so tough. It's still tough to do. Like that wall jump, either that wall jump eats your speed boost, or the slide into morph eats it. So I don't know. I gotta get it consistent and stuff.
Well, there is one more qualifier that will be coming up tonight at midnight, I believe. The final
Yes.
qualifier. So everyone who has been tuning in and everyone who's been working your way through the qualifiers as well, there's one more shot. So definitely be keeping an eye out for that later tonight.
Yep. We got let's see. We have about 40 participants, which is very nice. We can actually have an even 2 bracket setup for the bracket rounds and all that. I at the beginning of the tournament, I was hoping for possibly like 30 or something like that, but to see 40 is it blows my mind. So, and to see everybody that have been like improving, and like the like Arcandi, B-Dog, and Sotoro getting like world record times and stuff, which is crazy. So it's like I'm if it's let me just say I appreciate everyone that's been joining, and let me appreciate all the participant and the commentators and stuff. So and the rest of my organizer team. So yeah, I gotta set up everything, and then yeah.
Well, we all appreciate you and the rest of the team and all the work that you've been putting in to put on this tournament, because it has been an absolute blast to, like me as a commentator, it's been an absolute blast to watch, and seeing everyone participating as well. It's been just amazing. And it's cool to see a lot more love for the category as well.
Absolutely. So Keku, we all know that there's one final qualifier. So anyone that believes that they can make up their time, or still needs to finish off their second one, they have a few hours to set up before that. When can we start learning about the bracket?
So the bracket will be around should be set up at least within 24 hours after the last qualifier. I will get my ass working on it once the qualifier is done, and I'll have all the seating done and everything, so that everybody can get their schedules going. And those who are participating in the last qualifiers only or if you cannot make it to the next one, we do have a time penalty. It's not too bad, but we understand like IRL stuff happens and whatnot. But just it's okay as long as you show up the participation and everything. Yeah, it's totally cool.
Sounds good. Well,
Looks like we got almost everybody in the qualifier is almost done. Oh, anyway, sorry, go ahead.
no. Yeah. So I that sounds good, and I hope everyone the best of luck on their qualifiers for at least the final qualifier later tonight, and everyone GGs and good luck on your brackets.
Appreciate it, man.
Cool.
GG's
Thank you.
everybody.
GG.
GG's everyone.
GGs.
Take care. And again, hope to see more those who need to qualify, who need to join the last one. Hope to see you there too. Well, I mean, I won't join, but I'll be watching from the sidelines.
Awesome.
All right.
Well,
Well, I think we have one last thing to say before we wrap up, unless there's something else you want to toss out there, Oso.
Nope.
Okay.
I'll leave it to you guys.
I was gonna. I know this is Keku's favorite thing, so I was gonna ask Keku. Do you wanna wrap us up here?
No. You do it because we need. I want all the commentators to get used to saying this, or if they want to. That is, right?
All right. Well, in that case, thanks everybody for watching. Thanks to all the runners. GGs to everyone involved, and we will see you next mission.
Later,
All right.
Kings.
Take care.
Bye.